joining us in this week's 30-minute webinar. My name is Dan Schmidt, a systems engineer here at Variphy, and I'll be your host in today's webinar. Today, we're joined with my buddy Dre Divatz, another SE here at Variphy, and in today's webinar, Dre is going to walk us through how to update our Linux OVA operating system. So a quick agenda of what we'll be doing today here. We're going to be starting off with a quick overview of Variphy and what we do. We'll then jump into a live demo where Dre will show us how to update that Linux OVA Ubuntu operating system. We'll then pause for some Q&A and get some of your questions answered. If at any time throughout the webinar you have a question, please direct those into the Q&A panel within the WebEx. Please do not present those into the chat panel as they will likely be missed. And then after Q&A, we'll award one lucky winner with a $50 Amazon gift card, so hang around to see if you've won. So a quick overview of Variphy. Variphy is the preferred analytics and management solution for Cisco Collab. We provide industry-leading CDR reporting and call analytics, customizable dashboards and widgets, CCX reporting, remote phone control, change management, and coming right around the corner, our much anticipated Variphy Cloud and also Variphy Cube CDR call analytics. But in today's session, we're going to really just be focusing on the ability to update your Ubuntu operating systems within the Variphy OVAs. If you have any other questions regarding any of the other products here listed, please do let us know. We'd be glad to get any additional information over to you. One more thing before we kick it off, here is the announcement of Variphy's Ninja Enhanced Consulting Services, or NECS. This is where Variphy's SE team engages with our customers on a one-on-one basis to remotely provide additional consulting, unassisted reporting, dashboarding, configuration, and system monitoring assistance. Basically a service that provides you a dedicated SE to do all the heavy lifting and the day-to-day actions within the Variphy application. If there is any interest or for more information, please do contact us and we'd be glad to contact you and speak more in depth about our NECS offering. All right, so let's get into it. Dre, I'll pass you the ball. Thanks.
All right. Hey, everybody, this is Dre Divatz. As Dan said, I'm a systems engineer here at Variphy for almost 4 years now. So yeah, let's get on to upgrading your Ubuntu system. Let's share the screen here. All right, so usually first thing we want to do is take a snapshot of your VM, just in case anything does happen. You always want to kind of have that in your back pocket. So best way to do it, depending on your system you're using, so we're going to be logging into this guy here. So if you right click on this guy, you could do a snapshot, take snapshot, name it, give it a description. You probably don't have to do the virtual memory, but yeah, pretty easy there. That just gives you a little backup just in case something goes wrong. You can just restore that snapshot and you're good to go. But usually I haven't, knock on wood, I don't think I've had any issues with upgrading Ubuntu. The issues coming with upgrading Ubuntu comes with if you don't have disk space, which we're going to check now. So here, we're going to log in. Let's take that out of there. We're going to log into our Ubuntu system here. It keeps popping on different screens. So we would log in with our Variphy admin login and our password there. And first thing we'll do is check that disk space. So we use the command df-h, which then puts it in human form so we can see exactly how much we got here. So the one we want to look at is our boot drive here. This is kind of be the most important one because this is where it updates to. So we're at 76%, which is great. If this is at 100%, you're probably not going to be able to upgrade it. So we do have a knowledge base article on how to clean up that boot partition. I believe I could put this in the chat if I am, let's see here. That guy in there, all right. So in the chat, I think there's that. If you guys do run into this issue, then we can also do that cleanup before we move on to upgrading it. But in our case, we do have enough space, so we're going to move on to actually upgrading the system. So I did find a new command, which is kind of nice, and it's called, if you type in Ubuntu let's see, support dash status. This is a nice little script that kind of tells you what's going to be upgraded, how many packages are going to be upgraded, and things like that. So like here, sorry about that. You have 417 packages supported, and it tells you how long they're supported to, and some information here. Just it's good to see like how much support we have, on this current Ubuntu system. All right, now that we've done all that, next we're gonna update the system and check the packages index list, which is pretty easy. So we do a sudo apt space update. Here is going to go through all these package lists. Could take a couple minutes, but yeah, not too bad there. So it says right here, you got 144 packages that can be updated or upgraded, I'm sorry. And so next, there's another one we would do actually exactly what it says here. Is this app list dash upgradable. So I can just copy that guy. And this lists all the packages which are scheduled for the update. That just gives you some information of all those 144 packages that will be updated. Then next, we will actually, the next stage is to actually update all the packages at once. So the command there would be sudo apt and it's upgrade. Like that guy, and this could take a little bit. You want to say yes here. And this tells you how much disk space is going to be used. So you need that much of the archives and how much disk space is actually going to use there. So you say yes, and it's actually going to go through the upgrade right now. And so it's going to go there. So it's going to populate this page. And what we want to do here is just we don't want to do anything with the MySQL stuff. So we just want to go down to OK. So this could take a couple minutes here. While this is going, did we have any questions out there regarding what we've done so far? I know it's been this is a pretty simple way of doing it. If there's any questions though.
No questions just yet in
Okay, great.
Eldray.
Okay, great. And I don't know what determines maybe the speed of this. I think it's partially to the connection you're on and probably the performance of the box and how much RAM is on it. It's probably going to determine how fast this runs.
Hey Dre, while this
Sure.
is there any, do you know if there's any interval dependency upgrades, or would we be able to just upgrade to basically whatever is posted on the get page? Can we go straight to the latest and greatest? What's, I believe right now it's 20.0.4, I believe, or 20.04.
Correct. Yes, that's the newest one, and I believe you can go. I don't know how far back. There might be. I think in Linux terms, it'll increment that for you, I believe. If it's on a really older version, I think it'll increment it and it'll tell you, hey, we can't go to the newest, so we gotta go here first. All right, so it goes to this MySQL app config, and we're just gonna go okay there. Yeah, but it always tries to go to the latest and greatest, and I believe that's why you gotta make sure you have that that boot drive cleared up, because if it has to go through a couple incremental upgrades, it could use up some of that space. All right, I'm getting there. This looks like it's actually updating the kernel there. Well, I hope everyone's having a good day so far. Just waiting for this guy to run here. This is obviously the longest part. Just doing the commands is pretty simple. This part's pretty, can take a bit. Depending on, I think, what package you're on too. If you're on older packages, could probably take a little bit of time, but
And Dre, do you think any possible way we can talk a little bit about kernel dependencies? I know there's a couple commands out there that you could see, well, what all kernels are actually installed and which ones are being used as we upgrade, right? Can you talk about like maybe the process of you could very easily read the number increments of the kernels and what's being installed. So I'm not sure if we could kind of talk a little bit about that.
I think I'm not sure exactly what you're asking, but maybe once this gets going here, then I think I know what you mean. Um, we'll wait for this guy to go. I think you're talking about the uname stuff where you can get the list of the kernels.
Yep, you got it. Mhm.
Gotcha. Okay, sure. Yeah, I can show you that once we get once this finishes here. So leave in the chat on that boot drive cleanup. I forgot the H in the HTTPS there, so I'm gonna repost that guy. There we go. All right, perfect. So that is done there. Should be updated. So what Dan was talking about, show a list of the active kernels there. If you do a uname, I think it's -R. This is the name of the current kernel it is using. And if you were to, manually clean up, how do you get the list? Man, you're asking me questions I forget, Dan. um, where is the list? I can't remember off the top of my head. Give me a second here. Dan, if you can give me a hint, if you recall.
Yeah, I'm actually looking up what that command is right now.
Been a while since I've had to do that, just because our cleanup script it works so well now. We don't have to manually go in and check that stuff. But we'll get this. We'll check this real quick. Let's see. Man.
We could come back to that.
Yeah, I think with now that we have our cleanup script, sometimes you do have to manually delete those older kernels, but our cleanup script does a really good job now, where I haven't touched that in a pretty long time, so it's kind of lost in my brain now. I do remember the uname R, so you can actually check the current kernel it's using. So we might have to come back to that. But yeah, the actual upgrade is done there. I think if you do the Ubuntu support status, I think it tells you what version you're on. Doesn't. Thought there was. Thought I told you that. Let me double check that here. Oh yeah, so if you do, looks like to check the version you are on. CD slash etc slash issue, I believe. Oh, I'm sorry. No, it's cat. There you go. So if you do a cat slash etc slash issues, we'll tell you the Ubuntu version. Oh, Ubuntu version that we're on there. And then there is a cat OS release command as well we can check. This gives you just a little bit more information, but pretty much the same here as the version. So just a couple different ways of checking that version. And looks like that's pretty much it there for updating Ubuntu. We have any more questions out there?
Is there a restart required after you update?
I didn't think so, but it looks like we might have to because it is showing this 18. Thought this would have been our 12 version, or I'm sorry, geez, 20, the Ubuntu 20 version. So what we could do is restart it and see what happens here, because that I thought that didn't need a restart, but it might. So good call on that.
Yeah, just looking here, you mentioned the boot cleanup too, which usually should be done prior to the upgrade. That would require a reboot after any sort of cleaning of the boot partition as well.
Yep, exactly. Let's restart this guy here. Yeah, just a second. Start this guy again. All right, there we go. Perfect. All right, so let's go grab this guy again. Oh, well, yeah. I mean, it's still showing the same one. So that's the upgrade we're currently on. Yeah, so it looks like this one's the latest there. Alrighty.
Yeah, Dre, just I guess maybe just I think probably what we're running into here maybe is the fact that we didn't clean our boot partition first, but so that's always best case scenario is to just go ahead and use that script that Dre was talking about to clean the boot partition first and then do the upgrade. If there's any sort of kernel dependencies not met, right, the upgrade's not going to succeed. So
right, and we can see here that the boot drive did jump up about 24% in used space. So it does take a decent hit when you're upgrading. So it's always good to clear that as much as possible through that script. And I think it gets down to about, I think the script pulls down to about 20%. Usually if it's at 100% full, let's say, it does pull it down pretty good.
Dre, can you show everyone on today's call where you could find that script, please?
Absolutely. So we go to, let's say,
We opt verify scripts.
yeah. So if we go to opt verify slash scripts, and we do ls in here, we can see that we have this cleanup boot partition.sh file. So you run that by doing a sudo sh and then the file name. And then that will, and we can run it if we want here. And on most of on our newer OVAs, if you're on our OVA or our newer Linux, that cleanup boot partition should be included now. If this is not, if you go here and it's not in there, you can let us here at support know, and we can put the file in that directory and then be able to run that as well. Well, let's go ahead and we can clean this guy up here real quick. So we got sudo sh cleanup boot partition.sh.
And just as a point too here, when you're running this, the same command that you ran previously to tell us what our current running kernel is, this will actually be executed within the script. So it tells us, what kernel version is actually being used before you do any such upgrade.
Right, exactly. So we're gonna say yes there. Command not found. That's interesting. Try that again. There we go. That was weird. So this I know can take a little bit of time, so we'll be patient here and let this remove any old unused kernels. That was actually a lot quicker than I thought. So if we check with the df-h, you can see we were at 68%. Now we're back down to 25%. So real nice and easy way to clean it up instead of manually cleaning up, because that could take forever.
Yeah. Very handy way, and it's a good way. And the boot partition is pretty small to begin with, but yeah, this is one thing to keep an eye on for sure. You got to keep that at a lower percentage before doing any such upgrade. So it's an awesome script to run.
Yes, absolutely. And we do have a monitoring of this, the drive space for the boot inside of our GUI page as well. So you can set that to a certain limit if you want as well.
Excellent. Nice job, Dre.
Thank you, Dan. Thanks, everyone.
All right. So I think a lot of the questions, let me check the Q&A panel here. No current questions. I know a lot of what we wanted to cover, we discussed here. So let me go ahead and take the ball back here from you.
Yes, sir.
And we'll announce today's winner. I know everyone's been waiting for this. All right, so we're going to skip Q&A just because we kind of didn't really have too many questions here, and I think everything that we wanted to talk about, we kind of squeeze in to Dre's demo here. So next up is to announce today's winner. And today's winner is Heath Baskin. Thank you, Heath, for joining us, and thanks for everyone else that made the time to join us today. We'll be sure to post this recording up on our webinars webpage. So if you did want to view this at a later time, this will be up on our webpage in about a day or so. And so that is it for today. Just as a reminder, to sign up for any future webinars, you can go to verify.com/company/webinars. We'll be posting up next couple or the next month's worth of sessions up on there shortly. A lot of new topics next week's hosted by Matt, and I will be demoing the ability to integrate Azure AD with Verify for SAML single sign-on. So that's a nice little feature to get an easy way to allow authentication into the Verify app, all managed by Azure AD. So that is it for today. Thanks everyone for joining. Go out, be safe, and please be nice to one another. We'll see you next week. Thanks. Bye-bye.